Hey guys, welcome to the video. I just wanted to say really quick that in this video I'm probably gonna have to be blurring out or beeping out or pronouncing things differently. I don't know. I can't talk about addiction. And that's what this whole video is about. But YouTube just keeps demonetizing me and I don't know what else to do. I don't know. And it's weird because when you're going through the rating system and how YouTube does it, it literally says in the rating system that talking about addiction is fine as long as you don't glorify it or promote it or actually show yourself dangerously using the I don't do any of that. I don't. We're just gonna see anytime I mention any specific related word, what happens if I just bleep it out? Are they still gonna say no? I guess we're gonna find out. Anyway, enjoy the video. It's just another vlog like I did when I first got sober forever ago and then relapsed. Now I'm sober again, but a whole year. So we're gonna see how like things are different now and which ways I'm still struggling and which ways drug addiction still impacts all my choices and decisions and thoughts in a day-to-day life. We're just gonna go through all of it. Cool. Hi guys, I just woke up, so I look crazy, but I did a video a while back where I filmed what life was like as a recovering addict and showed like what my day-to-day life is like at that stage in recovery. I did end up laughing after that. Now I'm a year sober and I wanted to do a video, kind of an updated one, to show you the process of recovery and all that stuff and just kind of show where I am now that I'm a year sober. So I'm just gonna film my whole day, talk something about recovery a little bit, all that jazz. Like I said, I just woke up. I'm missing a nose ring. I can't find it. I'm at my boyfriend's house. He'll get off work late at night and he'll pick me up and then I'll stay until the morning and go home just so we can get some time together because he lives like an hour away from me. And then he has a busy schedule at work, so this is like the only time it works really to hang out right now. He's at work right now. I knew I needed to work on videos today, so I said I would just stay here while he's at work and work on my videos and then go home and take care of all my animals for the day. So I am gonna go back home in a little bit, but for now I'm here. I'm gonna get up, possibly going to eat. I don't know, I can't tell if I'm hungry or not. But I'm gonna shower too. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna talk about my mental state in doing all these things because even though I'm a year sober, you might think that a year is like plenty of time to get right back on track and get your life sorted. But I still have a long ways to go, physically and mentally. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about the things that are difficult for me to do, things that are getting easier for me to do. You get the point. I'm gonna go try to find my nose piercing and then I'm gonna shower. This nose ring looks so massive on me. It looks so big. It looks bizarre. So obviously can't show this part, but I'm gonna shower real quick. Then we'll get ready for the day and talk. Update, I got hungry, so I'm eating taquitos and then I'll get ready. I forgot that this man does not own a blow dryer, so I had to just sit here and wait for my hair to dry and I started craving taquitos, so I raided his fridge. All right, be right back. Okay, so I got dressed. I'm gonna do my hair and my makeup now, and I'm gonna brush my teeth. I'm still finding it really hard in recovery to take care of myself. It's been a year, so you'd think, you know, people would bounce back faster than that. I thought that too. It's been really eye-opening to me about how long this whole process really takes, because a year into it, and I am still like having to push myself really hard to remember to shower daily, and I still normally only do it like every 3 days. I am getting better at brushing my teeth, but that's still a process too. I'm really fortunate that my teeth weren't like ruined from doing this, because over the 4 years of using, I barely ever brushed my teeth. I would go like a month without showering at a time. It's taken a toll on my skin, it has taken a toll on my teeth, but it's all reversible, luckily. I had one cavity. I had my very first cavity. And addiction. Luckily, I took good care of my teeth growing up, so it's not like irreparable. My skin mostly just has like acne scars now and stuff that I need to work on treating daily, and it'll get better with time. The main place that I've seen like any big difference on my body, other than the places where I've had to get like surgery and stuff and get abscesses removed and all that, those areas are definitely scarred for life. They're messed up. I'm missing chunks of my skin in some areas. But other than that, the only place that I think has taken like a big toll are my hands. I used to really like my hands a lot. I obviously used my hands hands a lot to take pictures of things, my animals and everything, handling them. My Instagram, other than when I'm taking pictures of myself, I'm taking pictures of my animals, and I'm holding my animals so you see my hands. By the end of my the very last place that I had anywhere with working that I could reach was my hands. And they were in some really weird places. I think my hands have gotten pretty messed up from it. But I do plan to get tattoos still. Like, I want this to expand onto my hand, and then I'm gonna cover this whole arm too. And I think that is gonna help my confidence, because right now I really don't like my hands. I don't like seeing them. Like, I just don't like seeing what I've done to them. It's not even necessarily scarring. There is some scars on them, but it's more so the skin looks really rough and really hard. I am trying to get better at taking care of myself. It's hard to stay positive about it, because if I just look at the moment and compare it to someone who's high functioning, it looks like I do not have my life together and that I'm a mess, and that like it makes me feel like I have such an insane long road to go that it makes me almost feel less motivated to try, because it's just like, oh my god, it's been a year already and I still am like this far from being a normal functioning person. Like, why do I even try? It would be easier just to give up, of course. Not only is it depression and things I struggle with like that, but it also is my addiction still trying to trick me into falling back off. Even though I don't think in the moment like, oh, I should just give up and relapse. It starts somewhere. When you relapse, there's been normally a lot of signs along the way before you get to that point. If you're not paying attention, it's going to feel like it comes out of nowhere. Like, you're just driving down the road, your day was just like any other day, and all of a sudden you relapse. And it's just, you can't make sense of how it happened. It really does feel like you're not even in power. But my point is there is normally signs before then. And it's really subtle things, just like letting yourself fall back a little bit instead of working every day. If you're someone who goes to meetings and meetings really help you, it could be something like starting to go half the time that you normally go. It's just really little things. Start allowing someone in your life again that does actively use or does have access to that stuff, but you tell yourself you're just talking to them as a friend. Any little thing can be just a sign that there's something happening. You start to ruminate on these thoughts. It starts creeping up on you, trying to make your brain more comfortable with the concept of debating getting to that point. So it's important when you start seeing yourself regress in any little minor way that you talk about it with to someone. You just have to really be mindful that no matter how long you are in recovery, no matter how many years you've been sober, no matter how good you're doing, you're still, and it doesn't go away. And that doesn't mean you have to feel like chained to your addiction as your identity, like for your entire life or anything like that. It doesn't have to control you or be something you think about constantly. You just have to be actively aware. So with that little tangent aside, this is really bad lighting, so I'm gonna do my makeup and brush my teeth, but I just kind of wanted to talk about the place that I'm in when it comes to hygiene. Like, I don't get ready every day. Just because I'm able to do it today, I still want to make it clear that that's not every day, since this is supposed to depict my day in my life. Some days look significantly worse. Okay, I'm gonna go get ready. Okay, I'm dressed. Now, I don't know if you could tell, I pressed a button on it. This couch is familiar. Oh, I'm about to knock my camera over by putting the seat up. It's my couch. It's my couch. From my house in my apartment, this is my couch. My boyfriend needed a couch because all he had was, he had his bed. This is kind of like a open studio floor, so it's all open. So he wanted somewhere that people could sit. And I have my storage unit that is very, 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 very overpacked. It costs $300 a month. It's stuffed and it's giant. It has so much stuff in it. It's hard to like sell that stuff. It's all crammed in there. I don't know what I want to keep. I don't know what I want to get rid of. Ironically, if I would have just gotten rid of all of it when I moved out, I would have had significantly more money than I do paying $300 a month for this unit for like 4 years now. It's insane. I should have just sold all the stuff and I would have had ample money to buy all new things. But we're in kind of deep now and I don't know what to do. With that being said, I miss my things. I miss my stuff. It's like the only time I had a place, like I had my own apartment. They were my things, and like as bad as things ended up getting in that part of my life, it's still a part of my life that means so much to me. There's so many confusing emotions associated with it. It was a big deal for me, and everything that I accomplished was a big deal for me. I don't want to get emotional, but it meant a lot to me. And I kind of feel like, you know, it all disappeared overnight. Kind of silly tangent to get on about a couch. I mean, it's a cool couch. You know, you got this middle part that lights up. You got this little stand that you can collapse and turn into another chair. I mean, it has a little chargy thing. You know, I'm sure there's nicer couches out there, but this one's nice and it's my couch. I don't know, it was just nice to make use of it instead of it just sitting in storage. We put it here for now. I don't want to keep all of the stuff. It's really hard to like pick and choose because some of it could be really triggering, but there's other things that like mean a lot to me. And it's like trying to balance like which things are going to be healthy, positive reminders and which things are going to be bad reminders. I don't know. It's confusing. It was like simultaneously the moment in my life I just saw my whole world opening up in the best way, and I was so excited for everything that was to come, but at the same time it was like the worst time in my life too. Honestly, I can't even tell if it got worse or not. I don't know what, like, it's just hard to like figure out all of my emotions in that time. Everything just sucked. It was all it all sucked, okay? But yeah, anyway, it's my couch. So I'm gonna be taking my Suboxone in a second and then basically just edit content that I have ready to go until my boyfriend gets back home. And that's really all I have to do until I get home, and then I have all my animals to work with. I'm very torn on what to do with my Suboxone because it is my safety net. It is the thing that makes my cravings so much less intense. It protects me anytime if I ever feel a compulsion to I have to wait until the Suboxone gets out of my system to feel any of the effects of the hug. A component of it sits on your receptors and blocks it and doesn't let anything else through. But it also sits on your receptors and makes your receptors feel satisfied, so there's not as intense of cravings to use. I am a huge advocate for Suboxone. I think medically assisted treatment in general saves so many lives. I'm definitely not against it just because I'm debating getting off of it, but there is so many health problems that I'm having and I'm just so tired of it. It helps so much with my recovery, but your brain still does react to it like it reacts to in general. So due to that, I'm having a lot of health issues that I had when I was on
Harry Wind,
but just less intense now. But now that I'm getting better and my life is coming together, less intense than
Harry Wind
is not enough for me. I will stay on it for however long I need to. I am actively trying to get off of it. It's a very, very slow process. Even though ideally my dream is to get off of it, I'm going to take advantage of what it has to offer and how it can help my life until I am off of it. So I'm not gonna like rush off and just cause a whole mess for myself because that's really dangerous. Point is, I'm gonna go take it now and then I'm gonna hang out here for a little bit. Oh, I want to show you really quick. Guys, this is Ruby. He's a red-tailed boa. Say hi, Ruby. He is so polite. He has great manners. He's a great gentleman. This is my boyfriend's snake, not mine, but I'm gonna steal him.
hi.
So anyway, I'm gonna go take my Suboxone, and once we get to my house, we'll take care of my animals, do the rest of the day stuff, get through it, you know? And this is Astrid. Astrid, say hi. She's a little tiny king snake. She's a little girl. Just a little girl. So, I did want to show you guys something. No, I'll just bring this with me. So if you go outside of this room, it's actually a house. It's really cool how it works. So it's like this middle is just the outdoors. There's like a little thing to watch TV and a little place to sit. You know, it's like a cute little atrium. It's cute. Makes me miss my house. Oh, it's dying. My camera's dying. Oh, I just charged it. Ghost. Welcome back to the group. Oh, you're not joining the group? Okay, bye. Esther, you gotta let go. Esther, gotta let go. Gotta let go. Oh. I mean, that's one way to play. As you could tell, I'm a little different now. I got home and I've changed into my comfy clothes and I got my makeup all smudged everywhere, so I got that off. And now we're just gonna do stuff for the rest of the day. I'm already fighting everything in me that's just telling me, like, make sure my animals have water, make sure they have food, and go to sleep. I don't want to be filming right now. I don't want to be talking. I don't want to be filming. I can't, like, even at this point in my recovery, I can't manage to leave my house and do anything without it making me so tired by the time I get home that all I want to do is sleep. Still working on my energy level. Kind of doesn't exist. I do have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue joint mobility disorder. Another thing that it does is, like, you really have to plan your days out very wisely to figure out what the best way is to, like, implement your energy for the day, because you have limited energy. You can look up the theory that someone came up with to, like, describe this to people who don't understand it. It's called the spoon theory. I just know that if you already have this issue and then you sleep and abuse and hurt your body for 4 years straight and basically live in a form of bed rest for 4 years while also continuing to weaken your body during the bed rest, you don't come out of it too great on the other side. I got to a point where I think I was really managing it really well. When I first moved out and got my own place, like, I was able to take care of way more animals than I have now, and I was able to do all that every day and balance it with traveling, going out, seeing friends, doing stuff with my day-to-day life. I was able to regulate all of that and still get more rest than the average person gets. Yeah, I'm nowhere near that now. I've come a long way. Now it's getting later in the day, so I'm going to go do my rounds with my animals, make sure everyone has their food and their water, and then start getting ready and winding down for bed. There's really not much more to talk about. The whole point of this video really wasn't to make it super eventful and to show you, like, so many things. It was meant to be relatively simple and there not be much to show, and more so stuff to talk about, and to talk about, like, my mental state and stuff throughout the day, because I have a very limited day. I don't do too much, you know? The most I ever do is I go visit my boyfriend if I leave the house. And other than that, I'm here all day and just working with my animals and working on myself. It's a slow process, but it does get better. Each and every individual day, if I'm hyper-focused on trying to make it, get better and to see improvement, it feels like nothing's happening, because with each little day passing, there isn't a lot of a difference. There's a lot of the same things just happening again and again. As long as I just focus on getting through the day and, like, existing and not focusing on improving to, like, a certain extent, just knowing things I want to work on, being mindful of that, but overwhelmingly just making sure I get through today and that I stay healthy today. As long as I just stay focused on that, once the months start going by and I get to, like, 6 months from now and I look back, there's been a huge difference. It doesn't happen overnight. If you focus and obsess over it happening, like, right now, it's gonna feel like nothing is happening and that, like, you have no chance at getting better, but that's not true. So, I mean, 6 months ago, I was in an entirely different place in my life, and it's crazy to think how much I've gotten better. It's only been 6 months, but if I obsess over it and focus on the day-to-day life, it feels like nothing's changed. It's just being patient with yourself and making sure you stay healthy for today is the most important part, instead of obsessing over the future. 6 months from now, I'm going to be in an entirely different place again, and I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see where that place is. All right, let me go check on my animals. Also, really quick, before I get up and start doing my night stuff, since I just got home, unpacked, started washing my makeup off, all that stuff, I'm gonna sit here and have a drink, and I might draw a little bit just to, like, relax.
Wesley Sherman time.
I deleted all your messages.
I needed more space to record, and I accidentally deleted the clip I just got of Nemo being really cute and cuddling up with me. I accidentally erased it, and I'm really sad because now when I went to grab my camera and turn it back on, I moved a tiny little bit, and he thought that I was telling him to get off of me, but I wasn't telling him to get off of me, so now he's just giving me the cold shoulder, and I'm really sad. Nemo! 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 I love you! I love you. I see your ear twitching. You hear me. Nemo, 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 Nemo. I'm so sorry. If he's sitting on me, I refuse to move. I don't care what responsibilities I have or need to do. If he has chosen to sit on my lap and cuddle up with me, I am working under his time now, and I cannot move and I cannot proceed with my life until he is done using me as his bed. That is my main purpose in life. And honestly, like, I will never ask him to move. So I feel really upset right now that he took my slight movement as me telling him to leave. I'm gonna go get all the animals ready for bed. Wow, the lighting is horrendous in here. It was a pretty easy night with animals. My snakes didn't need to be fed. Only so many of them needed their water topped off. Yes, hi baby. Everyone's taken care of. It was really easy. Not everyone needed food, whatever. It was a pretty easy night. Sometimes more animals need stuff. Some cages need to be cleaned. I have to thaw out the rats, things like that. And that's really it. Now I'm just gonna actually wash my face good and brush my teeth, go take my Suboxone and my medicine because I forgot to do that a little bit earlier, and then go to sleep. That was my day. Alright, really quick, my camera's about to die anyways, but I'm gonna be wrapping this video up right now anyway. Really quick, I did just want to say one thing because I forgot to mention it at any point in this video so far. If you didn't notice, I didn't go to a meeting today, and that is the norm for me. It wasn't just today being the day I didn't go. I do have a Suboxone appointment tomorrow. I guess I could have filmed this tomorrow to show you going to like my appointment to get my Suboxone and everything, but if you did see my first like day in the life of a recovering, I did that in that video anyway, so you've kind of already seen it. It's the same thing every time. I do a test, I get the meds, I go. But yeah, I don't really go to meetings. If I felt like I was getting worse, I would absolutely look into either extra therapy or start going to meetings. I don't go because for me personally, I actually find it more triggering than beneficial. It's completely different for everyone. I'm completely supportive of meetings and I encourage people to go because it can be absolutely life-changing to be able to have access to a support system like that and a place that holds you accountable and lets you talk about your problems and you're surrounded by other people who understand your problems. But for me personally, even though I didn't have to talk about anything if I didn't want to, just being in a room full of people who have been through the things that, you know, I relate to or I can at least empathize for. I don't want to hear that every, you know, day or every week. I don't want to go sit in a room for an hour and just talk about traumatizing situations and triggering situations. And even though, you know, there's a lot of meetings that say don't tell war stories, just like share things that are beneficial and healing, but don't sit there and like go in detail about the worst moments of your hug, because it could be triggering for people. Even with that in mind, I still don't leave feeling very good if I'm in a good place like I am now. If I was starting to fall off, I can definitely see how it could start being helpful for me and I'd be open to going if I felt like I was regressing in any way or if I was getting closer to relapse. I'm really just in this place right now where it does not benefit me. And if anything, it's triggering for me. All of that talk about recovery and just talking about hug for an hour straight, like even in the most helpful ways, still just brings up thoughts of using and I don't want to think about that. And I can go to a therapist and talk about my issues with a therapist. I don't want to sit in a room of like just hearing that kind of stuff. I don't know how to explain it without sounding like I'm saying it's bad for everyone because it's definitely not. And I absolutely encourage anyone who hasn't tried it yet to try it. But right now, it's just not helpful for me. And I could find out later on I'm wrong and that I should be going to it and then change my mind and start going and pushing through the uncomfortableness. But for right now, I'm not doing it. And since right now my recovery is going so well, I don't feel the need to look for changes in the way that I'm dealing with confronting my issues with and talking about any trauma I have. I don't feel the need to change things up and try new things right now because things are going really well. That's just something I wanted to throw in there really quick. That's why I didn't like talk about going to a meeting or anything. I'm taking the film form of Suboxone now. I went back and forth trying to do the shot version, but I found that since I'm trying to taper off of it, I don't want the shot. And also I found that the shot kind of feels like a weaker, you don't really get the same consistent dose, even though that's literally the purpose of it, is to constantly give you the same dose all throughout the day. It can kind of go funky and weird, and some days you'll feel sick and like you don't have enough of it, and it didn't work for me. It might work for someone else's body perfectly fine. It might be great. It just did not work for my body. I'm trying to be really careful with how I word these things, because just because I have symptoms doesn't mean you will. Like, it could be completely different. I absolutely support you trying anything. My camera's dying, so I'm taking half now. I'm taking 4 milligrams, so I have to cut this in half until I get my new dose tomorrow. Take 4 milligrams at night and 8 milligrams in the morning. But I'm gonna take this, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. And anyone that is dealing with hug, I hope you get out, and I know you can do it. As corny as that sounds, just continue to take things a day at a time. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I forgot to take a thumbnail.